Welcome back, and this is the final warm-up of the day. Today all we have is a warm-up and then the finals. That is it. Matt let me borrow some practice tires, and I did one front end adjustment. I kept the same front end width as the jack setup, and then just went with the Grand's camber setup on that. So did like a hybrid setup just to see how I like it, and I was really hoping the cart would be really free. Now the only thing is, having the old tires on is kind of not giving you a really good baseline on it, so it was kind of hard to judge, but I was happy with the setup. Gearing, I'm judging my gearing off of Joey. He let me know what gear he was running, and then I knew myself I was running a little bit higher than him, but I'd rather have that half a tooth up, and I let him know that I was going to go up on the finals, which I actually went a full tooth up instead of a half a tooth up. So, and that's what I was going to run. I was willing to give up a little bit of the straightaway speed. You see me catch up here and then hit a wall, and that means I'm on the limiter, and he's has a little bit of room left to go. So I was okay with giving that little bit extra up, just because I knew the track was going to get a little tighter. When the finals comes around, everybody tightens up, and the whole goal is to stay as free as possible. You can see my line's a little bit different than his, and then we take turn 2 as well a little bit differently. He sends it in a lot harder than I do. I back that corner up and then try to drive through it. So just a little different line here and there. You'll see in the bowl as well, he'll take a little higher line, I take a little lower line. Just whatever the cart is wanting and feeling, you have to move around to what's liking. Sometimes you have like the perfect setup, but if the cart doesn't want to be there, just move the cart around the track until you're happy with it and the cart's happy with it. So you'll see here, we'll go down, he'll drift up, and then I'll just keep it pinched down to the bottom, and then he'll drive it in hard to his mini bowl while I stay a lot higher on the left and then just come down and swoop in. So overall, good practice session. Really happy with the lap times. Really happy I was able to keep up with him. I knew what I needed to do. I knew the changes I needed to make, and then it was basically what I got is what I got. So super happy. Make sure everything was tight on the cart. Make sure everything was good to go. Fill her up. Come to the finals. Let's give it hell. All right, welcome back to the channel, guys. Last day of racing. We have been fighting all weekend for this. This is the money day. This is the day that counts. We are doing our last minute adjustments and changes, which means I'm not touching crap on the cart. A little recap of yesterday. Final race was a hectic battle. Started 8th, ended up P2 after a couple penalties handed out. Crossed the line in 3rd. Amazing race. I'm sorry I didn't get the footage. The GoPro has just been acting up. It's finicky for some reason. The new 11 Mini. So I went out this morning. Grabbed some practice tires. Matt was happy and gracious enough to give me some pretty beat up tires to go practice on. I like turning laps, guys. So the setup's a little different because of the rims, but did really well. Gearing, I'm right there on the gearing, so it's like, do I mess with it or not? I'm just hoping we all stay calm, cool, and relaxed, and then all hell breaks loose in the last 2 laps. I wish that would happen, but it's probably not going to happen. Just going to try to do my best, hold it down. Whatever happens, happens. This weekend has been a really hard weekend, doing adjustments, changes, trying to get everything settled down. Miguel's involved in a bad accident yesterday. He is fine, though. Just a bent steering column. Chassis still straight, crazy enough. Anything's a tank. Matt's been quick, just been having issues. We found out this morning Mikey's motor has a small leak in the intake side of the valve, so he's running on a hurt motor for the remainder of the weekend because we're not changing. Our goal for them was top 20 and top 15 for Kelvin. Right now Kelvin's right around that 15th mark. They're starting 21st, 23rd. Anything happened to finals. Miguel's starting 21st because he had issues, but the cart's come alive. We've done a couple gear changes for them. I'm not touching anything. I'm just gonna leave it alone and run it out the back door. Hopefully it works out well. Thanks, guys. Thanks for everything. Thanks for the support. Let's get this day going. Catch you guys on track. So in the finals, I am starting P3 on the inside, and every final has been hectic, and the outside lane has been getting a really good start. Ron took off, and the outside lane started going real hard. I got a massive push from the back, but that outside lane, we were done. So I ducked down on the inside. I hate to do that, but I wanted to go to the front. But as you can see, the three on the outside ran us out. So it was extremely it sucked, right? I left him hanging to dry, but I want to be out front because I thought my cart was a lot better. Really, in the long run, my cart comes alive and stays really free. You can see here, Dan's cart is hopping already. That to me told me that something was up right off the bat, and found out later that the chassis was cracked. So he did not have a good race because you can see the cart just skipping around, and I did not want the top two to run away. You need a dancing partner here, and if you don't have a dancing partner, you're screwed. So at the first opportunity I got, I went down to the bottom. I ran out of gear, but I kept it right there. He gave me plenty of space, and then I moved to the front. I'm glad Todd and Joey battled it out for a little bit. That gave me enough time to suck right back in and then run them down. So now it's all about how do I get past these guys, or who, or like, because Jacksonville's a track you can't win by yourself. Unless your name is Colin Warren, okay? I can't win by myself. The lap times, everything was so tight, I needed someone to work with. So at the beginning of the race, my cart was just all over the place. It was really free. It was hard to stay lined up. So my job was just to push Joey up to Todd. So I kept doing that for a couple laps, and Joey's gear drove him right around Todd. Right here, I was going to think about going in, but Todd closed the door, so I decided not to. Now I'm trying to buy my time, and I notice on the double left, they're starting to back up to me. So we're only a couple laps in the race, and I can see my cart starting to come in, and their carts are starting to push and get tight. As the race goes on, their carts get really, really tight because I'm able to roll turn 2 in the mini bowl a lot quicker than they are. And then now I'm just trying to think about how I'm going to get by these guys. Joey makes a mistake. Todd goes on the inside, and I go even more on the inside. I make it 3 wide, and I want to go to a lead. I led for a couple laps, but like I said, you can't win by yourself. And I did not want to start battling back and forth with these guys over and over again for the lead. So the next thing is I go down a little bit. I cover the inside. I'm seeing if they're going to give me a bump or a push. They were not going to push me. Joey tries to come around on the outside of me. That was not able to work. So I saw immediately I was not going to have a dancing partner in this show. So I know they were going to get around me. I would pull a couple 3 to 4 cart links on the infield, and then they would run me right back down the straightaway. So there was no getting away. I also noticed lap times were not as quick as when I was pushing them around. So sometimes you have to give up. You may be quicker by yourself, but as a tandem, you're much faster. So I noticed there was a 3 to 4 tenth difference between us running the way we were running without working together and running the way we run when we were working together. So I know the time is going to come when they run by me. So now I'm going to try to think, do I try to get right behind Joey, or do I stay right behind Todd and push them all through the pack? But I know I'm going to end up either second or third once this all shakes out. And I was just thinking ahead. At this point in time, we had a decent gap back to fourth. So it was just us three. As the race went on, and then I'll tell you my thought process through it. And I made a mistake. Of course, sometimes things don't go as planned. Right here, I go down, block, but I know they're gonna run by me. Right here, Joey and Todd get right around me, and I thought about keeping my nose in there, but I thought better of not doing it. And then I just sat behind them the race. I just pushed and pushed and pushed. I looked back and glanced back and thought I saw Dan behind me, Dan's nose. So I wasn't pushing as hard as I could down the straightaway. But you see there, their carts are starting to hop, and in the back section, the carts are starting to push. So down the straightaway, I really wasn't pushing them as hard as anymore. I would drag a little brake, let the person who I thought was Dan behind me sniff the draft, and then run back up on us. And then on the infield, I just run back up on them. like through the sweeper and the double left, I would just hammer down, run right back on them where I needed to be, and then stay on top of them because I didn't want to lose their draft either. So I just let them go a little bit wide, let them get a little bit further out, and then stay on this draft as well. We're coming down to the last couple of laps. Now it's just time to plan it out. I should have made a move a lot earlier. Right here through turn 2, I probably could have made a move a lot sooner into right before the chicane, but I didn't. I just sat back, and that was my mistake throughout the race. So really, there were times I keep rewatching this and replaying what I could have done different. There was tons of things I could have done differently, tons of situations. I could have forced the issue a little bit harder. I could have done this, sent it in the double left maybe, but I was content with being right here for the point in time just because I wasn't worried about them getting away from me. So thinking about it, what could I have done differently? I could have made a pass a lot sooner, gotten right behind Joey, and then try to push Joey away from Todd. I don't know if that would have worked. And then I know I make a big mistake coming out with 2 to go. I decided to go with Todd because I thought Todd would be a lot easier to pass. And to be honest, it would have been a lot easier to pass, but I made a mistake on the last lap. When Joey goes to the chicane, he's going to make a mistake, and I end up going with Todd instead of Joey. I just did not think I could get around Joey cleanly enough because of his gearing, so he was going to eat me up bad down the straightaway. I also felt that Todd's kart was pushing a lot worse than Joey's kart, so it was basically trying to calculate everything and just overthought. Like at that point in time, when I noticed I could run up on him that much harder, I should have made a move a lot sooner, but I just did not make a move. I don't know why. Maybe this track dynamic, I was just thinking about it too much. They get out pretty far. I just know I could run them back down this tight section. So I know now I have who I wanted to join the party behind me, but the problem was the person I thought was behind me was not Dan. It was Ron. And I knew Ron was not going to forget about me hanging him out to dry. So that was not a good thing going. So last 2 laps ago, going in here, I thought about maybe forcing the issue going in on the inside. It was not there yet. So right here we go through it. Joey makes a mistake, and I should have gone to Joey, but I decided to go to Todd and push him. It was just a last-second ditch effort move. There I got hit from behind, got a little sideways, but that wasn't it. I didn't know how close the person was behind me, so I'm trying to think, okay, how do I run it? Now you see me, my line changed a little bit. I was a little bit more defensive. The last lap doesn't record fully. Todd gets out there, but I'm able to run him back down. Through the double left, I was on him, and then a mini bull, I was on him again. I could have made a move, but that was really forcing the issue. In the end, it was a really good race. It's a points race, so P2, happy but not happy at the same time, guys.
I'm good, man.
We're gonna get seen.
So
Thursday night.
I walked him through.
Vlogging, baby. Hey, I didn't do a closing video, guys. At the end of the day, we all had a blast. Karting's all about fun. Karting's all about having a good time. Miguel did really well until his seat pole decided to fly out. Mikey and Bryce did an amazing job in the medium class. Bryce 15. No. Mikey 15. Bryce 17. And then everybody knows Jake. You guys don't know Jake, you need to look him up.
Put your lead on. I'm done.
Well, he does good when all the weight's on the cart.
P5.
Did you lose weight?
Yeah, literally. So
You were the one that dropped the weight.
he did. He lost some weight. No, on purpose.
Somebody's weight's tight. Like, what happened? Somebody lost.
That's exactly what I said. I was like, full off. And then myself, P2 in the end. Congratulations to Todd Barron. That's the only one I'll give you all year.
I didn't know that.
I'm just joking.
Just got fast.
The cart was well. I got lucky. Better be lucky than fast, guys. Thanks for watching. I appreciate everything. Catch you guys on track. Love you guys. Take it easy, and we'll see you in Biloxi. That's the next one for sure.